Humans have always been in a state of transformation. From the moment we first stepped onto this planet, we began a journey of constant change. Evolution has been the guiding force behind this transformation, shaping both our bodies and minds over millions of years. Each adaptation has been a response to the challenges we faced, a reflection of our resilience and ingenuity. This process, called evolution, allowed us to develop tools, build communities, and thrive in a variety of environments. Through it, we learned to harness the power of our surroundings and create solutions for survival. But today, things are different. The pace of change has accelerated far beyond what our ancestors could have imagined. Imagine a race. Evolution is like a jogger, moving steadily and deliberately while culture and technology sprint ahead at breakneck speed. This rapid advancement has created what scientists call an evolutionary mismatch, a gap between the slow pace of biological evolution and the fast-changing demands of modern life. This mismatch is at the heart of many of the challenges we face today, as our ancient biology struggles to keep up with the complexities of a modern, technology-driven world. Our ancestors lived in a world that was vastly different from ours. As hunter-gatherers, they were deeply connected to nature, relying on their knowledge of the land and their physical abilities for survival. Their lives revolved around the rhythms of the natural world. Every day was a quest for sustenance, hunting animals, gathering plants, and finding water. Their diet was diverse, consisting of wild fruits, nuts, and meats. These activities required skill, patience, and a strong understanding of their environment. Life was also deeply social. Small, tight-knit communities provided a sense of belonging, security, and cooperation. Everyone played a role in the group's survival, whether it was gathering food, building shelter, or protecting one another. Social bonds were essential, fostering a culture of teamwork and shared responsibility. Their concerns were immediate and tangible, finding food, staying safe, and adapting to the changing seasons. Their world, though demanding, was simple and directly tied to the environment. Today, our world has changed dramatically. We no longer rely on hunting and gathering for survival. Instead, we live in cities, drive cars, and use technology to meet almost every need. Modern conveniences like smartphones, the internet, and global transportation have transformed the way we live. Information, entertainment, and resources are now available at our fingertips, luxuries our ancestors could never have dreamed of. Yet these advancements come with challenges. Our brains, designed to handle the slow, deliberate pace of life in the wild, now struggle to keep up with the constant barrage of information and stimuli. Social media, news updates, and digital communication flood our senses every day. This overwhelming pace can lead to stress, anxiety, and feelings of being out of control. While our ancestors worried about immediate survival, we now face the challenge of navigating an increasingly complex and fast-paced world. This rapid transformation has brought both incredible benefits and significant difficulties. On one hand, technology has solved problems that once seemed insurmountable. Medical advancements have increased life expectancy. Global communication connects us like never before, and we have access to abundant food and resources. But on the other hand, this new reality often disconnects us from the natural rhythms that once grounded us. The speed of technological and cultural change can leave us feeling out of sync with our biology and our environment. The gap between evolution and modern life, the evolutionary mismatch, affects not only our physical health but also our mental well-being. The stress of keeping up with rapid change can leave us feeling disconnected, overwhelmed, and out of balance. It's not just about surviving anymore, it's about finding ways to thrive in a world that moves faster than we can adapt. However, understanding this gap is the first step toward addressing it. By recognizing how evolution has shaped us and how modern life challenges us, we can find ways to bridge the divide. Reconnecting with nature, fostering genuine human connections, and practicing mindfulness are just a few ways we can adapt to our rapidly changing world. While evolution is slow, our capacity for learning and innovation remains one of our greatest strengths. We may not be able to slow the pace of cultural and technological change, but we can learn to navigate it in ways that honor both our evolutionary roots and our modern aspirations. By finding balance, we can thrive in this complex, ever-evolving world, ensuring that the essence of what makes us human is not lost in the race. This mismatch between our evolutionary design and the modern world affects more than just our diets and social lives. It impacts our mental and emotional well-being in profound ways. Our brains are still wired to respond to the immediate dangers and rewards of a simpler, survival-focused world. Back then, stress was a temporary state. It was a life-saving response to threats, like escaping a predator or finding shelter during a storm. Once the danger passed, the stress would fade, allowing the body to recover and return to a state of balance. Today, stress is no longer temporary. The constant demands of modern life, endless emails, financial worries, social pressures, and the ever-present buzz of notifications keep our stress response activated far longer than it was ever meant to be. This chronic stress takes a toll on our bodies and minds, leading to issues like anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems such as heart disease and weakened immune systems. Our brains, designed for the occasional emergency, are now overwhelmed by a never-ending stream of challenges. Even our attention spans are being tested. Our ancestors needed to focus intensely on their surroundings to survive. This focus helped them spot predators or identify ripe fruit in the wild. But today, our attention is constantly pulled in different directions by the demands of technology and modern life. Notifications, advertisements, and endless streams of information compete for our focus, leaving us feeling distracted and mentally exhausted. This digital overload creates a sense of disconnection, making it harder to engage deeply with the world around us. The fast pace of urban living also disrupts our natural rhythms. Our bodies evolved to follow the cycles of the sun and the changing seasons. But modern life often ignores these rhythms. Artificial lights keep us awake long after the sun sets, while long work hours and screen time disturb our natural sleep patterns. Sleep, once a vital and restorative part of life, is now often sacrificed, leading to widespread sleep deprivation. This lack of rest affects everything from our mood to our memory, making it harder for us to cope with daily challenges. But it's not all bleak. Understanding these mismatches between our biology and modern life gives us the power to address them. By recognizing the ways our ancient instincts shape our behaviors, we can find strategies to adapt and thrive. For instance, we can be more mindful of our sugar consumption, choosing natural whole foods over processed snacks. We can work to manage stress through practices like meditation, exercise, and spending time in nature, activities that align more closely with our evolutionary needs. Reconnecting with our social instincts is equally important. Building close, meaningful relationships can help counteract the loneliness of modern life. This might mean prioritizing quality time with family and friends or fostering community through shared interests and activities. Small acts like sharing a meal, laughing together, or offering support can rekindle the sense of connection that our ancestors relied on for survival. Finding ways to adapt doesn't mean rejecting the modern world. Instead, it's about blending the best of both worlds, using technology and conveniences to enhance our lives while staying rooted in the timeless aspects of what makes us human. By honoring our evolutionary past and adapting thoughtfully to our present, we can create a future that supports our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. This balance isn't always easy to achieve, but it's worth striving for. Understanding where we come from helps us navigate where we are and where we're going. As we continue to evolve, the key will be to bridge the gap between our ancient design and our rapidly changing world, creating a life that is not just about survival, but about thriving in every sense of the word. Let's take a closer look at how this mismatch affects us. In our modern world, we often find ourselves at odds with our own biology, leading to a range of physical and mental challenges. One clear example is our love for sugar, which stems from a time when sweet foods were rare and provided essential energy for survival. Today, sugary foods are everywhere, and our bodies haven't adapted to this abundance. This overconsumption has contributed to widespread health problems like obesity and diabetes, as our evolutionary craving for calories now works against us in a world of easy access to high-calorie junk food. Our social instincts face similar challenges. In the past, caring about status helped our ancestors survive in small tribes where being well regarded often meant better access to resources and safety. Today, our perception of status has shifted dramatically, often focusing on wealth, possessions, and social media popularity. This constant comparison to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem, leaving many people unfulfilled despite achieving modern status symbols. The way we connect with others has also changed. While we are constantly connected online, these digital interactions often lack the depth and intimacy of the close, personal relationships that were once essential for survival. This can leave us feeling isolated, even in a world of endless communication. Recognizing these mismatches is the first step toward finding balance and building a healthier, more fulfilling life. This evolutionary mismatch has serious consequences for our mental health. Anxiety and depression are rising, especially in wealthier countries, where the pressure to succeed, the fear of missing out, and the isolation of city life take a heavy toll. Our minds, overwhelmed by constant streams of information, struggle to cope. Imagine your mind as a cup. Our ancestors faced occasional stress, like a spoonful of water added to their cup. Today, our cups are overflowing, leaving us feeling drained and burned out. The constant buzzing of our brains makes it harder than ever to find peace and quiet. Mismatch also influences how we behave. Many of us take risks in pursuit of fleeting goals, such as investing in risky financial ventures like cryptocurrencies or undergoing cosmetic surgery to achieve a perceived ideal. These actions are often fueled by a deep-seated fear of being left behind or a desire to be seen as successful and popular. Social media amplifies this, showing us curated glimpses of others' perfect lives, which can lead to unhealthy competition and misplaced priorities. Instead of focusing on genuine happiness, we often chase superficial markers of success, leaving us feeling unfulfilled. However, a shift is happening, especially among younger generations. Traditional ideas of success, like owning a home or climbing the corporate ladder, are becoming less important. Instead, many young people are redefining success to include mental well-being, meaningful experiences, and a sense of purpose. This new perspective doesn't mean abandoning ambition or hard work. It means questioning what truly matters. Younger generations are seeking a balance between natural instincts and modern life, emphasizing happiness, connection, and fulfillment over material wealth. Still, the mismatch creates frustration and division. Many feel angry and powerless, caught in a system that seems unfair. The rapid pace of technological change only adds to this tension. Just as we adapt to one shift, another disrupts the status quo. Online arguments, political divides, and a general sense of discontent often stem from these feelings of being left behind or struggling in a fast-changing world. It's easy to feel lost and disconnected when the world moves at a pace that's hard to keep up with. So, what can we do? While we can't slow down technological progress and shouldn't try, we can find ways to adapt. At a societal level, city planners and designers can create environments that foster connection and community. Thoughtfully designed neighborhoods, parks, and public spaces can help people feel more connected in an increasingly isolating world. On a personal level, we can be more mindful about our digital consumption. Understanding how social media and advertising manipulate our emotions can help us step back and focus on what truly matters. Setting boundaries with technology, like limiting screen time or practicing digital detoxes, can restore balance and improve our mental health. Ultimately, adapting to evolutionary mismatch is about balance. It's about honoring where we came from while embracing the complexities of today's world. We need to reconnect with our instincts for meaningful relationships, find ways to manage stress, and seek purpose amidst the noise. This requires introspection and critical thinking. What truly makes us happy? What do we value most? By reflecting on these questions, we can carve out lives that align with our values and find fulfillment in a rapidly changing world. The key lies in understanding ourselves and the forces that shape our lives. It's about choosing to live intentionally, building connections, finding meaning, and creating harmony between our ancient instincts and modern reality. The world may feel overwhelming at times, but by taking deliberate steps to adapt, we can thrive. It's not just about surviving in this fast-paced world. It's about finding joy, purpose, and a true sense of belonging.